Today, I got for you the best point guard build on 2K25. I'm going to give a variation where if you do have cap breakers, you can make it that certain way, and then another way for people that do not have cap breakers. After finishing making the build, I will show you the best dribble moves for the first option, and then the best dribble moves for the second option. Let's get right into it. Alright, so for this first build, it is the one where if you do have cap breakers, you're going to want to make this one. So for the point guard, you're going to put it as a point guard, obviously. You're going to go with a 6'2 height, 193, and you're going to have a 6'3 wingspan. Alright, so you're going to start off with a 79 close shot. You're going to get your driving layup all the way up to a 77. This gets great animations. I have 71 on most of them, actually, and it does pretty well just a 71, so 77 is even better. I have a build that has an 80. I don't see a big difference between 77 and 80. I feel like they're pretty similar. You get your post control on 32 because of your ball handle. You're going to bring this all the way up to a 94. This hits you a lot. You get your set shot specialist on Hall of Fame. You get your 3-point shot all the way up to a 93. This allows you to get limitless range on gold. And then this is where you can use your cap breakers. You can use them to upgrade your mid-range shot to a 97 to get that mini marksman, or you can just do this up to a 97. It kind of just depends on what you want to do. If you want to be more of like a midi fader, you can use it on your mid-range shot. If you want to be more of like on the outside shooter, you can use it on your 3-point shot. And then for me, I have the pass accuracy at a 71. That's what I use on all of my builds. I feel like it's like the most solid without using too many attributes. You can use this at a 92. Again, this is where you're going to use cap breakers. You're going to use 3 of them to get this up to a 95. So then you get the Steve Francis SIG. And then for speed of ball, you have to bring this all the way up to a 91, which gives you that Hall of Fame lightning launch, which I use the max plus 1 to actually make that legend personally. And then interior, you're going to bring this up to a 45. Not too great, but in reality, you won't be doing too much interior defense. On twos, you should be, switching to the perimeter guy. Um, you're just gonna have to work with the way it is. You know what I mean? Point guards, yeah, at 6'2", you're not gonna have too great of contests anyway. If they are bigger than you, they are bigger than you in this game. So you're gonna have all the way up to a 92 perimeter defense. This allows you to get that challenger on gold and on ball menace on gold and pick dodger on gold, and also the off ball pest. This build you will not have a movable forcer just because we do not have the strength for it. It just doesn't allow it on this build, sadly. But you're on your point guard build. You're gonna kind of get pushed around anyway, even if you did have that immovable forcer, just because you're just a smaller guard. That's kind of just how it works. And then you're gonna bring your steal up to 85. This is what I use on almost all of my builds. 85 is just my little perfect spot. It doesn't use too many attributes. It gets you that gold interceptor. Just perfect for me. You bring this up to a 51 block. You bring this up to, well, it's going to stay at a 52, but you get to have that at a 52. That's what I meant. You get an 87 speed on this build. Not too impressive, but you're going to be able to stay in front of your defenders and be able to dex properly for 87. Bring this up to 84, and that is your build. Then this build will be the one if you do not have cap breakers. So this one I'm actually pretty ecstatic about. It just feels like it's one of the better builds I've made. So it's the same exact thing, of course. And obviously we got to reset. You're gonna have a 79 close shot. You're gonna have a 68 layup. 68 layup. We had to get rid of something. Like this is one of the things we had to give up. And okay, we gotta restart. All right, and then here is the build for if you are doing a one without cap breakers. So you're gonna have it as a point guard, 6'2", 193, and 6'3", just like our last build. And then You're going to have your close shot all the way up to a 79. You're going to bring the driving layup to a 68. That's just something you have to like give up. If you have no cap breakers, you just have to give up something. And I feel like driving layup, it's already weak enough on the other build. I mean, it definitely is taking away an aspect of your game, but I feel like that's just the thing we have to give up. The mid-range shot, you can bring all the way up to a 94. This allows you to get that mini marksman on gold. You can bring your three-point shot all the way up to a 93. Again, these are just the normal spots to hit. And then once you get your cap breakers, then you can put them on. But for now, you should be able to shoot pretty well with a 93 and a 94. And then don't touch the free throw. I mean, you can put it at 70 if you want. That's what it's going to end up at the end. And then a 60 pass accuracy. Now, that might be like kind of crazy to some people. Just another one of those things that you might have to give up since you do not have your cap breakers yet. It just makes it so then, 60, you'll still be able to pass the ball. It's nothing crazy. Like, it's not going to be like pass interception after interception, but it definitely is worse. But, it's just something that you have to give up. Like, 60 pass accuracy, like, you'll still be able to make your plays. It just won't be as good as that 71. Ball handle, you're going to bring this up to 83. You're going to bring this up to 86. No, sorry, at 88. My bad. So the 86 is like where you get the SJ dribble style, but you can bring it up to 88 just because if you do get your cap riggers, it's like you could bring it up to the 91. So like I'm making this build just so that when you do have your cap riggers, you have a lot of different ways that you could go with the build. I don't want to lock you guys in where you do not have any options. I think this will allow you to like give you the most options you can, be the most flexible. So bring this up to a 46. And then you go all the way up to a 95 perimeter defense. I want to make this build a lot more defensive oriented because I felt like, if you wanted to make a no cap breaker build, you got to be very strong in different areas. So I just wanted to make it this way. And then defensive wise, bring this all the way up to a 91. So now instead of just having that at an 85 and getting the gold interceptor, you'll also have gold glove. Your block will go up to a 48, and then you'll keep both of these. You'll bring your speed up to a 93. You'll bring your agility up to a 94, and that is the build for no cap breakers. All right, so for that first build, this is going to be what you guys want to have for your first build. All these animations, especially for the playmaking moves, a lot of these are very important to have. One of them being the De'Aaron Fox crossover, the Stephen Curry step back, the Darius Garland dribble style, and of course the Steve Francis. The like one that like a lot of people don't know about is the Stephen Curry step back. If you like put it on and try it, it's not about being like explosive in the way of getting open. It's in the way of like doing like an actually like huge step back to the 3-pointer. It's more about actually like breaking ankles and like being more like shifty. It's kind of like a secondary escape move. You'll just have to try it. I'll just look at it real quick so you can see it. So it like does this like little step back thing, but it's like also more about like shifting out of it. So did you see that animation where he's like right there where he like kind of starts pushing back out to the left? Yeah, it's kind of like a momentum. It creates momentum into a dribble, and it also breaks tons of ankles. And then for your layup style, you can do Trae Young. And then my go-to shot is Branham, and I use Alex Caruso motion style. For the jump shot that I use Cameron Thomas because I just feel like I have started 4, but I feel like Cameron Thomas has the easiest like base. And I use Colin Sexton and Oscar Robertson, the fastest release speed, full release, and then 40-60. I use tempo shooting just because once you get used to tempo shooting is by far the best way to shoot. And I hope that you guys start using it too because that is the best way to shoot in 2K25. All right, and then if you did do the build that has no cap breakers, this is going to be your best options for dribbling. So you're going to have the SGA dribble style, the Zach LaVine signature sides up, the Lonzo Ball regular breakdown combo, the Jordan Poole aggressive breakdown combo. That is really good. Like I use it on my small guard, or I meant the one that you get cap breakers and the one that you don't. So make sure that you use that. Escape move Zach LaVine, combo moves Devin Booker, crossover Devin Booker. I love the crossover of Devin Booker. I use it on my tall guard and also this build. It's just really great. It's one of the better ones. It's not as good as De'Aaron Fox, but it is very close and it's really good, just in reality. Behind the back, you get Pro. I don't know if people like really hear about Pro that much. Everybody always hears about Kawhi Leonard for taller guards, but Pro is really good for point guards. Hit the Steve Nash spin, the Tyrese Halliburton hesitation, and then the Zach LaVine step back. Now, for obviously, I was talking about Curry. You can't get Curry on this one, but Zach LaVine is the one that most people use on their tall guards and also for their small guards. It's just like the best one to shoot off of, and it's one of those that it's mostly about exploding like back to the 3 point line to be able to shoot. And then you're going to be using that same jump shot, and that's basically it. So thank you for watching this YouTube video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.